Welcome to this week's Q&A. I hope all the Aussie expats around the world are doing very well. And this week's question is more about a process. And we get asked this quite a bit. But this person's asked and said, look, I'm an Aussie expat. What's the process for me to apply for a loan to buy a property in Australia? And firstly, I guess it's most important to let people know that this is a process rather than somebody just contacting us and saying, look, this is what I earn, this is how much cash I have, what can I borrow? That's not how it works. So first of all, we have to actually ascertain what's most important to you. You know, what are the features of a loan that you're really looking for? What are you trying to achieve? And it's important for you to also then understand perhaps what you should be looking for and filling that out in a fairly comprehensive manner. So, you know, is getting the largest loan size the most important thing for you? Because you're trying to buy something, a property that perhaps you want to live in later on, and the price is higher. Or is the loan to value ratio, the LVR, the most important thing because the amount of cash you have is potentially limited, so you'd like to obtain the highest LVR, the highest loan value that you possibly can. And being a client of ours, you can get up to 85% as a non-resident without paying mortgage insurance, so that's really important, and we can assist with that. Or, you know, do you want to get an interest-only loan because you want to make the monthly repayments as low as possible, suit your cash flow? Conversely, would you like to perhaps get a principal and interest loan so you're starting to pay off some principal and potentially get a cheaper interest rate? Or is it simply the interest rate? You know, I want the cheapest interest rate. Or is it perhaps some security, some peace of mind? You'd like to get a fixed rate loan and you might want something that's fixed for anywhere between 1 and 5 years, where, say, a 5-year window gives you a great deal of certainty that over that time your repayments won't change. Or do you want an offset account? Do you want a redraw with that? There are so many things, and we have to go through that so you understand what you really should be looking for if you don't at the first instance. And it's then that we can go off and look for a suitable bank or lender that might be able to provide a loan that meets those requirements for you. And being an Aussie expat and earning foreign sourced income, that may only be one, or it may be one or two banks or lenders that can satisfy those needs and goals for you. So it's not like going shopping in Australia where you can go onto a website and choose from 30 different lenders and get quotes from all of those. So it may be very limited, and it's important to do all your homework and I suppose your groundwork up front, because then you need to complete a loan application and provide all of the supporting documents. And those are different to someone who's living in Australia. They're perhaps somewhat more comprehensive. And also, that's when the whole time issue comes in. So you've got to manage your own expectations, especially now when the banks are all super busy and time frames are blown out. So as a non-resident, once all of this is compiled, the banks generally have their foreign income team go through the information and verify many of these things, like your income, your employment with your employer offshore. Some of the documents, if they're in a different language, may need to be translated. But that all takes more time before it can all go through to credit, so the bank's credit department can then make an assessment on your particular application. At that point in time, if everything has met their standards, you can actually get what's known as an AIP, an approval in principle, which means that you can then go and bid at an auction or put in an offer that's not subject to finance with a normal sale or a normal purchase situation and feel comfortable in doing so. But be aware that prior to an unconditional approval being issued by the bank, they still need to go and value the property and make sure that nothing has changed on your financial circumstances during that time period that's elapsed. And then it goes through to an unconditional approval. So sometimes people forget all that. You know, this is not a simple task. It is a process and it needs to be handled fairly carefully. So I hope that's helped everyone that doesn't understand what's involved to get a better idea of what needs to happen. Next week we'll cover another very interesting topic in our Q&A, and I look forward to seeing you all there. I'm Andrew Unterweger from Wise Guru, and I hope this has helped you.